Hello and welcome back to Hidden Home. This is a video I've been meaning to do for quite some time. I've always wanted to do a proper professional version of tour of the showroom, but I figured it would be much better just to get something rather than nothing, so I thought I'd record this from my phone and get it up there. Right, I'm going to turn the camera around in a second. What we have is quite a small room. Originally I think it's about 4.2 meters or something by about 3.2 or 3.4 maybe. When I modelled it on REW, there was a significant 40 hertz bass hump, so I needed to work out a way to resolve that effectively. Whenever I put a decent speaker in the room, something like the Dynaudio's over there, there was it was always like boomy bass, and I was always attributing it to just the speaker or system. However, once you plug in the dimensions to something like REW, you soon realise that it's not the fault of the speaker, and it's fundamental to the dimensions of the room. So, I mean, this is where we start most of our jobs and designs from now. Is you model the room and work out what your problems are, and then everything should, work towards minimising that as best as possible. So in this instance, obviously listening position, well, not obviously at all, but listening position is fairly determined because it's also a living room. So effectively, we needed to keep as much space as possible. So the sofa's at the back of the room. Doesn't look so big in that image, but it's a really wide sofa. And it's off the back wall, which is actually glass behind the curtain. We've got it on the Rayco system here, so I'll just open the curtain from the keypad there. Actually, the back wall is basically all glass, and in order to sort of sit you off the back wall a little bit to avoid that bass boom from the rear reinforcement, there's actually a fairly significant gap down there. It's bigger than it looks because there's the blind as well, so we're probably a good, 70 centimeters or so off the back wall. Just actually, the video's probably better with that open. So what we've got, what I had to do was design all the treatment to basically help with the 40 hertz problem, as well as anything else that subsequently did by chance. So the first thing here is the chamfers in the corner here. So these measure roughly about 80 centimeters deep at the deepest, which really does help with 40 hertz, and everything across this wall is just over 10 inches deep. You can see the recess in there. So the majority of this wall is rock wool, but up in behind the fabric up the top here is some of the Rayco system, the drivers for the LED, but other than that, all of this section and everything from about here down is rock wool. Obviously that's all rock wool. And then on the ceiling, just to help with the first order reflections, I've got 25mm in most places, and the odd place where the ceiling below is smashed through and it's significantly deeper, but the large majority is 25mm of absorption on the ceiling. Again, for practical reasons and everything else, the walls are just they're actually solid, and on the rear, for what it's worth, there's a really heavy double-lined curtain. That's primarily to shut out light for the projector. I can't get a huge audible difference with it open or closed. What it creates is like a live end, dead end kind of situation, which is, I believe, a theory that's fairly common in mastering rooms or control rooms and things like that for studio. So it was an accident, but it's based on apparently sound theory. Obviously very sound theory when it comes to just like attempting to correct this 40 hertz problem. So that's the acoustics stretch panel fabric system that we use in all our cinema rooms. I also recessed the projector screen up into fabric sort of construction, put lights in there, so we've got some really nice lighting design in here. We've got lights to light the art. We've got the shelf lights for a bit of detail. They're pretty cool. There's family photos on there. Matched them on that side, and then the fun stuff after that. Might try and keep it all with me in it on this camera. So we've got the Dynaudio Heritage Specials. I've played with positioning with these a lot, but with the bass traps I think it helps with everything. But effectively the theory behind where they're positioned, I wanted a nice big sound stage. So I've put them fairly close to the sidewalls, but then towed them in quite heavily, and that should help reduce first order reflections a little bit. And the ones you do get are a little bit more in phase because it's closer. Then I constructed this out of Valchromat, really big, deep, heavy duty thing. We've done a lot of work in cinema rooms using Valchromat. It's a great thing. It's like a super high density MDF, so it doesn't bow under even the extreme weight of this, and I think it's in like 30-ish mil thickness, whatever that denomination of Valchromat is. Routed the edges nicely and finished it in a really hard floor wax, so it gives it this nice kind of satin look, and it's relatively robust. And then the system, so we've got Rayco lighting everywhere throughout, which controls curtains, blinds, and the millions of channels of lighting we've got. Got the Griffin Diablo 333 at the moment, and we also have the MA12000. They're pretty much permanently here. The Inuus Zen NG with an English electric switch, and I've got my little HDMI switcher for the AV side of it. The Mono Tambaki, everything's on ISO acoustics isolators. Got the Grimm MU2, which is also permanently on, and the Macintosh MT2 turntable, and everything I control through a URC control system. And you know, if I'm swapping them out for the demo system, I do use some original remotes for things like, you know, the things I've swapped out because I can't be bothered to reprogram on a daily basis or what have you. Cabling back here is Townsend Fractal F1. I've got Fractal F1 on the XLR output of the Tambaki, and I've got Called Epic on the XLR output of the Grimm, and from the turntable I'm using a Grimm cable, and I've also got Called Epic made up for that as well. I'm using Called Epic HDMIs for the PS5 and the output of the switch to the Epson LS11000 projector up there. What else is there in the system? It's a good question. We've got Isotech mains conditioning, and I've got a little Freeview TV box there. We've got the Meze Imperium Elites permanently here. We've also got the rest of the Meze range available to listen to, which I keep at the lockup in the stockroom. What to say? Basically, it's amazing. Book in, come have a listen if you want to. Absolutely zero pressure. If you just want to hear a well-treated room with some amazing kit in. We've got Infinity Seating, which are a brand we deal with for cinema stuff. They do custom sized stuff. And one other little treat for some people, maybe not for others. I've got my Fender Custom Shop guitar, the hand-wired deluxe reverb amp, totally off topic, but some people might have spotted it and like it. And down there I've got a PRS Core semi-hollow, so that's my guitars. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope it was interesting, and we'll see you back in the studio with a few more reviews soon. We really want to do a long-winded review of the MA12000. Jess is super keen to do that one, so I'd love to give her some more airtime on that one. And specifically Mono Tambaki I'd like to do, because again I've lived with that for a long time in the MT2. Then coming in for demo we've got Sonetto 2 G2s, the Sonus Fabers, and hopefully the Electroamateur 3s. So I'll have lived with those for a while and I can bring you my thoughts on those. Anyway, thank you. Bye bye. Oh, completely forgot. Like, subscribe, comment. Please do comment, because it feeds the algorithm. I love interacting with people. It makes these videos feel way more worthwhile. And it really does help promote us. So sorry if the filming's bad. I thought something was better than nothing. So see you next time. Bye.